Welcome to MFS in the Hub, Waiver Wire Week 10. Casey Sheffold.
10. It is week 10.
Here with the greatest psych in the world. Lots of
How you doing, buddy?
He is still a fan, folks. Don't worry. He's not turning his fan card quite yet. He knows it's a disaster this year. They have Danny DeVito as their starting quarterback for the next few games at least. I don't know when your quarterbacks are coming back. Daniel Jones is for the year, correct?
Yeah, and he'll miss the start of next year. He's got a.
And Lennon, where's Taylor? Where's your backup guy?
Tyrod Taylor is. They're hoping he'll be. They have what, a bye in week 11? When do they have their bye?
11, yeah, the next week. I mean, 2 weeks, right?
So I have a feeling Tommy DeVito is going to be starting this week, and then hopefully after the bye. Although at this point, let's get in the first pick of the draft sweepstakes and just keep running Tommy DeVito out there. It's rough.
Casey, I lost your audio. I don't know if it's me or you.
I think it's you, buddy.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. All right, let me check mine.
Give me Casey. Give me a thumbs up.
Am I working?
Can you hear me?
My mic is working fine. I can hear you, but I don't know why you can't hear me.
Okay, you can hear me.
Yep.
I can hear you. I'm looking. Let me just.
While Ross is playing with his computer trying to figure this out.
JC, see if you pulled her out.
See if I what?
Folks.
Dylan, it is awesome to see you. Welcome back. Ross always does look wonderful.
Hey, Dylan, how are you? Welcome to the party.
I guess the biggest stories from injury front, we talked about Daniel Jones briefly. Cam Akers ruptured his Achilles. I think he's done for the year now in Minnesota. So the Alexander Madison RB1 is back again. Whether or not he's actually an RB1 is indeterminable.
Casey, let's shut it down and start over again.
Okay, Dylan, we'll be right back. Ross, you might want to reboot. All right, well, I'll be here until Ross gets back. Dylan, you can hear me fine, right? If you're there, please tell me yes. It's week 10. It was an interesting weekend.
Okay, Casey, I'm back.
All right, I see you again. Can you hear me?
Yes, something that's happening with the audio. Wasn't hearing you, but we're back. Thanks for watching. Totally apologize. It's been a very, very interesting weekend. Case. Let's talk about it. Let's what happened in Minnesota with the Vikings and Joshua Dobbs. This guy just got out of the Uber, went into the game. He had a shaky start, and then the guy just caught on fire. I mean, to me, that's one of the greatest stories I've heard. How this guy just didn't play, but he won the game for his Vikings or Atlanta. Barely in the playbook. I mean, and he was lights out at the end. I mean,
Jaron Hall got concussed 6 passes into his NFL career, and Dobbs had to take over. If this guy, I mean, if Minnesota makes the playoffs, I would argue he deserves an MVP vote. I know he's not the most valuable player in the league, but what he's going to have to do to get Minnesota into the playoffs warrants some valuable votes.
No Justin Jefferson. I'm sure he didn't know the names of the guys on his team. I mean, he says he didn't know any receivers' names. I mean, he was just saying, hey, 19, 26. He had no idea. I mean, he did into the game, and he barely knew the plays. He just told the guys, okay, you do a button hook, you do you
right.
You go deep, and everything else, and it's just like, and
then it was all scramble drill because he's a guy who extends plays.
Yeah. So I mean, he looked awesome. I mean, it's awesome. I watched him play, and I'm impressed. And the guy's like he's an engineer. He's a nuclear engineer too. This is his degree in college, which isn't too bad. It wasn't as good as your degree, but not many people are. But to me, that's the biggest story of the week, Casey.
Well, I think it's a big story. I think, to me, the biggest story of the week was C.J. Stroud and what he did.
Tell me what I mean. How many touchdowns? Kind of. I know he had over 100 yards,
470 yards and 5 touchdowns, including
he broke a record for
one
rookies.
30 seconds left or whatever on a.
I watched it. I saw it. It's awesome.
Like, for everybody who doubted him coming into the draft process because of his Wonderlic or whatever, his low processing score, I think Carolina right now is regretting taking Bryce Young with that first overall pick instead of CJ Stroud. I got to be honest. I'm not saying Bryce Young's going to be a bust, but CJ Stroud has some Dan Marino vibes to him. I mean,
Stroud is just he broke the record of most yards as a rookie. I mean, I think he has one interception for the whole year. It's just this guy is just break records with every week. It's another record for rookies. And you can give him Rookie of the Year. I don't think anybody else is going to catch him. Do you?
No, I don't think so. I think, Bijan was kind of the presumptive favorite at the beginning of the year, but he hasn't been. It's hard to say he hasn't done anything. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons have done a good job of making him kind of a centerpiece to compete.
I think Arthur Smith has destroyed him. I mean, I read Bijan only had one handoff within the 5-yard line. So they're about to score instead of to Bijan, they give it to Algiers, which doesn't make any sense, or they pass ball. They're just not utilizing this guy. I mean, I just feel it's sad. I mean, just not letting this guy run.
Yeah.
It's killing owners too.
You have 2 high first round picks used on running backs, and neither team is featuring them heavily in the offense. It's so unlike what you've seen in the past. Oh, we lost Ross. Ross's audio has been rough. I think he has to reboot. Hopefully he'll be joining us soon. So yeah, I mean, CJ Stroud was amazing. Other injuries of note: Dallas Goedert broken bone in his forearm. They're saying he's going to miss some time. That one's pretty significant because he had been getting more involved there. Other than that, nothing significant, nothing major. But Dallas Goedert does have a broken forearm. He's going to be out for a few days. But tight ends, like, you've got a lot of tight ends performing right now, Ross. What do you make of that?
I just think like, I was watching the Bengals and Hudson, who's been around the league, and been, he's not a tier guy, not top 2, tier 3, top 4. It's just I feel the quarterbacks are utilizing different target because the tight ends are open. The only guy that's not getting involved Pitts of Atlanta, and the Smith, what's his name? Smith. Jonnu Smith is the main tight end now in Atlanta, which is amazing. So listen, tight end position. I mean, Conklin, I hit him tonight. If you scored that touchdown, Sean, I thought that would have won my week. I lost by 4 points. I'm really upset. So that up. Let's talk waiver wire pickup because we're having technical difficulties today. I have no idea why. Let's talk waiver wire, Casey. Who's tell me some people in top. It's slim pickings, just so everybody knows. There's not going to be there's not going to be some amazing guy you could pick up that's going to save your season. Trust me, it's not going to happen. But you should be using the waiver wire every week. There's a couple
guys who I'm just shocked. I'm shocked that they're on the waiver wire. One is Tank Dell. Especially, I mean, what he did. I understand he missed a few games because he got hurt, but prior to that, he was dynamite. He's come back. He's done well. He's still only 49% owned. This past week, I think he had over 100 yards and a touchdown. Let's see what he had last week. He had 114 yards and 2 touchdowns, actually.
2 touchdowns. He caught the game-winning touchdown in the game for Houston. Yeah.
The other guy who's, I think, probably going to be the top waiver wire pickup this week, and I agree because running back is so unpredictable and so hard, is Keaton Mitchell, the kid from...
Wait, Keaton Buster? Oh, Keaton. Okay, got it.
No, more like Batman. We'll call him, not the original Batman, the original movie Batman. But Keaton Mitchell, 9 carries, 138 yards and a touchdown this week, including runs of 40 yards and 60 yards. he just looked more explosive and faster than everybody else on the field. He kind of had that, dare I say, kind of Devin Achane kind of look to him when he got the ball. If you remember weeks, 3, 4, and 5, or 2, 3, and 4 with Achane, he only needed 9 or 10 touches a game to put up these monster fantasy numbers. Baltimore's a great team. They're a run-heavy team. Justice Hill has not been getting it done. Gus the Bus still had 2 touchdowns. He's still going to be your primary back. But if you're looking for flex positions, Keaton Mitchell, he's got juice. He's definitely worth picking up. To me,
I think you're definitely right. I think that's the number one pickup. If you're in your roster, you should definitely pick him up. Again, it's a crowded backfield in Baltimore. We're not saying this guy's got much volume, but when he gets the ball, he really takes advantage of it. And I agree with you. I think that's the number one pickup of the week. And go by pickups, people over 50%. Something that's 50% still is Joshua Dobbs. I was saying to myself, like, you know what? There's a bye weeks coming up. Mahomes is off this week. If you need a quarterback like I do, I'm trying to pick up Joshua Dobbs. I mean, I'm trying to pick him up, and I think maybe Baker Field I like also. I think he's a gunslinger right now. He's in the ball like crazy. They have no run game in Tampa Bay. I don't think they have a chance to make the playoffs. But I mean, those 2 quarterbacks to me, if you need a quarterback this week, just for the week, it's a rental basically. You're not going to league with Joshua Dobbs as your quarterback. He's Scheinfeld. You know I'm right. So Pip, is there any other quarterbacks you're looking at just for the bye week? Again, you're not going to
not even necessarily for the bye week. If he's available in your league, Kyler Murray is worth a pickup. Like if you're stuck with Daniel, like there's so many underperforming quarterbacks right now. The quarterback position has never been as thin as it is right now. And Kyler Murray certainly has the juice, has the ability to be fantasy relevant, both with his legs and with his arm. He's going to make Zach Ertz or Trey McBride and Marquise Hollywood Brown, Michael Wilson. He could make all of these guys fantasy relevant, including himself. And so I also think James Conner might be coming back in the next couple of weeks. All of those reasons make me think that Kyler Murray is worth the pickup at quarterback. I mean, you're talking about a league where Tommy DeVito, Taylor Heineke, Badgett, or what's the name of the guy in Chicago? We've got, you had Brett Rippon start this past weekend. Like quarterback is bad right now.
I think Fields is coming back. That's the rumor.
Yeah, and I'm assuming Stafford will be back, but
Stafford, no, they signed somebody today that hasn't played for a year. Carson Wentz, they signed favorite.
Oh, there you go.
The Rams signed him. I don't think Stafford will be back for a while. Casey unfold. LA talk. Carson Wentz signed today. I don't be ready this weekend, but if they're signing him, it means to me that Stanford's not coming back. Maybe a few weeks. There you go. I think Brett Rippon. Yeah.
I mean, how bad did Zach Wilson look last night?
Worst game of the year. That's what his coach said. Got Troy Aikman hates that guy. I mean, just
he hates him because Tony Romo talked him up when he was during the draft process in the beginning of last year, and I think Aikman still feels like Romo took some of his thunder.
KC waiver wire. Who else are you thinking?
I like Rashid Shaheed. I mean, we've talked about him a bunch.
Is he still under 60? He's still under 60%.
He's at 53%. Demario Douglas, the rookie in New England.
Well, he did nothing. He did nothing last week, right?
5 for 55. I mean, so 10 points in a PPR league. I think Baker Mayfield is usable right now.
I have some waiver wire pickups him just because I have Mahomes.
He's 48% owned. Jackson Smith Najigma is getting more involved. He's only 58% owned. I love me Tyjae Spears. He hasn't been doing as much right now, but again, and Zach Charbonnet last week, while he didn't do much, he was in the entire 2-minute drill and every third down of the game. And if you're going to have that much usage, there's a good chance you're going to be fantasy relevant. And as we know, Walker's been a little banged up, so maybe they're trying to give him some rest here through the kind of hard part of the season or the tiring part of the season so that he can be more fresh at the end of the season. And that means Charbonnet is going to get some love.
I mean, do you think there's anybody else in waiver wire that even the tight end position? Because
I love Hunter Henry. I think he's worth owning. Jonnu Smith, you mentioned, he had 100 yards and a touchdown, for crying out loud, as a tight end. And Luke Musgrave is still under.
I was going to bring up Luke Musgrave because he's getting targets, and
right.
And even though the Green Bay has a horrible offense, the worst, I just feel like they.
No, I would argue the Giants have a worse offense than Green Bay.
Okay, fine. I'm trying to be nice to you. Okay, I was told to be nice to you. Let's talk streamer defenses for this week coming up. Okay. I'll say a team. Tell me yay or nay if I should pick up in defense. You ready? The Buccaneers are at home against Tennessee.
The Buccaneers at home against no.
The Packers are at Pittsburgh.
Packers at Pittsburgh. Yes. Well, no, because Green Bay just traded away they're starting 2 7th-round picks right now as cornerbacks. I think Deontay Johnson and George Pickens could have good games. I do like Chicago's defense, as weird as that sounds, going against Carolina. I think Chicago's defense against Carolina is a sneaky play.
How about the Raiders at home Monday night against the Jets?
Yeah, I would play anybody against the Jets right now. I think Atlanta against Arizona, although it's at Arizona, there's some sneaky value there.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you 1,000%. Let's talk. Look, this week come Casey Scheinfeld make this. It's horrible Thursday night game. I don't think even I'm going to watch this game.
Chicago
at home against Carolina. If I'm betting Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago is favored by 4. Anybody at all you would start?
Well, if Justin Fields is back, I think you're probably in a position where you're going to start him. It's not a short week for him. It's been 5 weeks since he's played, so
long month for him.
So he's going to be fine. I would probably run DJ Moore out there.
Yep.
Carolina's side, Adam Thielen. I think he had a bad week last week, but he's been solid. I think you got to run him out there. Other than that, maybe Chuba, maybe.
Bryce Young looks not good, Casey.
No, it's going to take him some time.
He looks lost up there. So.
Well, he was never the guy who was there because he was the prototypical size and arm talent sort of quarterback. He's going to win cerebrally and with some athleticism, so that's going to take him some more time.
Yeah, Drew Brees is the same height, so there you go. Let's talk Sunday and Casey. I hate these international games. I hate when they play in Frankfurt. I hate when they play in London. I'm totally against it. I don't know why they do it. Colts, horrible game too. The Colts are playing England.
Yeesh.
I mean, I love Gardenshoe. I think you know.
I might not start anybody in that game.
Okay, I agree.
I think Jonathan Taylor, you're running out there because he's a true RB1. Ramondre Stevenson, you're probably running out there, but outside of that, I'm not starting anybody.
There you go. I'll skip a few games because some of them not really like Green Bay Pittsburgh. I don't think that's relevant at all. I think it's a waste of time even about it. The Saints are in Minnesota. I kind of like Derek Carr against Minnesota.
Yeah, you got to like Derek Carr. You got to like Kamara. You got to like Chris Olave. You can probably throw Rashid Shaheed out there too as a starter or as a flex play, wide receiver 3 flex. Minnesota. I mean, Dobbs, how do you bet against the guy, right?
I mean, if you know, because let's say Prescott's not playing this week, Mahomes isn't playing this week, 4 teams that are on bye weeks. So if you need a quick, Dobbs is not a big guy to start at home with New Orleans. It's really not. This is not a game, Casey Scheinfeld. Houston at the Bengals.
Hold on, we got a question. Nino Pena. You guys like Rachaad White going forward. I mean, 73 yards and 2 touchdowns, I think is what his numbers were. He's getting the volume work there. They don't have a bad matchup this week, do they?
So they play Tennessee at home.
I mean, Tennessee's run defense hasn't been as good the last 3 weeks.
No, they're hurt. Their guys are hurt.
So
yes, I like Rashad White. He went. I forgot where did he go to college again?
University of Arizona.
No, he didn't. Went to Arizona State. It was a test. He went to Arizona State. There you go. Houston is Cincinnati. Casey, who am I starting?
Everybody.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
I mean, that I would. If Pierce is hurt, I'm starting Singletary. You got to start Stroud the way he went last time. Tank Dell and Dalton Schultz, I think, are must starts. Nico Collins is probably a start. Even Noah Brown at this point. On the Cincinnati side, obviously they're back as an offense. So you got Joe Burrow, you got T. Higgins, you got Jamar Chase. Even Joe Mixon's been playing pretty well. Tyler Boyd is a sneaky flex play. So I think you can run out there with the lot of Cincinnati Bengals too. I'm probably not throwing out their Irv Smith Jr. or whoever their tight end is, but everybody else I'm probably starting.
Hudson, Irv Smith. Let's talk about Tampa Bay and the Titans. Casey, what's your take on Will Levis? Do you start him if you need somebody to start?
If I'm desperate, I start him in a super flex league. I think he's going to be starting, but in a single quarterback league, I think you can still do better. But I don't. I think they found their quarterback going forward. He showed enough in his first two games.
Yeah, they said today that the coach for the Titans,
Vrabel.
He said it's a quarterback for those.
But I think Hopkins is a must start. I think Henry is a must start. On the other side, Baker is worth considering. I think both their receivers, Godwin and Evans, are must starts. I think Rashad White is a start. Cade Otton had 2 touchdowns, but I'm not a huge Cade Otton guy.
I don't think he's a huge Cade Otton guy. If you need to start a tight end and he's not playing this week, you want to start him in. And Ferguson's not playing either. I love Ferguson too going forward. 49ers are at Jacksonville. This game has going all over. The points going to be scored this game. Tell me who you're starting on the Jacksonville side.
Jacksonville, I'm gonna start ETN because I think he's earned RB1 status at this point. Evan Ingram, I'm probably throwing out there. If you're desperate, I will
say it.
Calvin Ridley.
Say it.
Oops, sorry. I meant to delete that.
I can't read Spanish.
No.
Translate that. Translate like that. Okay, so I agree with Calvin Ridley's very, very disappointing in this year. I thought he had a big year. I was wrong on that. We were wrong. 49ers. There's one thing you can guarantee in football:
Christian McCaffrey,
death, and Christian McCaffrey 3 for the end zone.
Yeah, but I also would start Brandon Ayuk if he's healthy.
Of course. Where do you go? To college? Jordan, I love.
Ayuk went to USC.
Nope, Arizona State again. But I agree with you. If you with 49ers should have a big offensive week, they're coming 3 losses.
Yeah, I think they're going to come out firing.
3 losses, Casey, but they had a bye week to fix it.
Brock Montana turned into Brock Leaf.
We still call him Brock Montana. The Lions are at the Chargers, Casey Einfeld. The Chargers showed a spark last night, even though they played the Jets. They looked like Chargers like from before. The Jets have a good defense. They played okay. The Lions never played that great away, but they're in LA. They're indoors. It's going to be a fast game, and
they're coming off a bye week.
And Goff is back home. He's mad.
I like almost everybody in this matchup too.
There you go. Let's talk Arizona. I'm not jumping up and down. I think it's going to be Arizona. Did score a point last week. I don't see them scoring points moving forward. I don't know about Murray. He doesn't mean anything to me. I could care less. I just think there's just.
I think at least he gives Arizona a pulse at this point. I'm not saying use anybody yet, but at least it makes them a little more intriguing. On the other side, I mean, I guess you're throwing out Bijan. Tyler Algier is getting the goal line carries, so you might as well use him. Yeah. Is Drake London healthy?
No, he's hurt. No,
he's hurt. So, I mean, are they going to use Kyle Pitts? Jonnu Smith, I think, is a must-start tight end, unfortunately. So, That would be, but yeah, that might be my least favorite game of the weekend, other than New England, Indianapolis. I'm assuming the next one that you want to talk about is Cleveland, Baltimore.
Cleveland, Baltimore. When is that game?
Cleveland, Baltimore is 1:00 on Sunday.
Yeah, Cleveland, Baltimore. I skip it, but we could talk about who do you like in that?
Well, I mean, it's Baltimore is one of the hottest offenses in the league, and Cleveland is one of the best defenses in the league. So, I mean, you're going to throw out there Mark Andrews. You're going to throw out there Gus Edwards. I think Lamar Jackson has to be a start for you.
Of course. Obvious.
On the others, I don't think you're running any of the wide receivers out there. Odell Beckham had a decent game. But
I think Zay Flowers,
you can
his
try.
first down in like a year.
I know. I love Keaton Mitchell, but I don't think you're starting him against Cleveland. On the Cleveland side,
Hunt
might be it. Jerome Ford, if he's healthy,
gets the goal lines. He's a beast. But I agree with you, and I think I really think Moore's going to roll with me. Washington had a pre-game against New England last week. They looked okay.
Yeah.
Seattle looked horrible against Baltimore.
Seattle's defense just got walloped.
I mean, I was really rooting for a good game. I was wrong. Washington side, I love Thurston Howell III. I
think Superflex is an absolute start. In QB1s, you could do a lot worse than Sam Howell. You're going to start scary Terry McLaurin. I think Jahan Dotson has earned his way back into some hearts. Brian Robinson looked okay. Logan Thomas, when he's healthy, is a pretty dynamic tight end. I think all of them, considering what their Seattle's defense looked like last week, all of them have to be in play.
Okay, so Dallas is playing this week. I thought they weren't. I guess Denver's not playing this week. Dallas is
at home on a bye this week, aren't they?
They're playing the Giants. They're 17-point favorites against Giants. 17-point Pro Football KCC Sheffield against your Giants. That's a lot of points, Cartwright.
Are you sure? Yep, you're right. Never mind. I take it back.
Okay, good. God, you're questioning me. So 17 points. I guess
and
Dallas.
Dak Prescott has been QB1 for like the past 4 weeks. If you put it as total
I guess
numbers.
Dallas against Giants, they're going to roll them. I mean, I don't know if they'll cover the spread. It doesn't matter. But fantasy was CD Lamb is a stud.
Tony Pollard's a stud. Dak Prescott's a stud. Big Ferguson, you said, is not playing?
He is playing. They had a bye week. I don't know why.
Yeah, Ferguson, you got to play.
Idiot. And the Giants start anybody, buddy. I don't even start Barkley.
I would start Saquon because you draft. He's one of your two best running backs.
I guess he is. You start him, he's not going to do anything. The Jets are playing the Raiders. That's the Sunday night game. KC Scheinfeld. Horrible game. Wasted time. Anybody you like?
Breece Hall. That's the only guy I'm really running out there.
I agree. And then Buffalo play
which is
every.
Really sad, by the way, if I can say that, because Devontae Adams is an absolute stud, and the fact that we're sitting here saying like he's not even a top 3 or 4 wide receiver on your fantasy team is, I like, talk about feeling bad for a guy. Devontae Adams is in like football purgatory right now.
Horrible, but he did send for a lot of money, and he's saving a lot of money on taxes too, playing in Vegas. Monday night, Buffalo's playing again. I mean, it's like every primetime game is Buffalo or the Jets. Is that what we're down to? Buffalo is playing against Denver. Do bounce back, KCC, and they do. For Buffalo, you start. Their running game.
I might even start Leonard Fournette in that game, for crying out loud. Like, I'm kidding. But no, you're running Josh Allen out there. You're running Stephon Diggs out there. You're going to run Dalton Kincaid out there. You're going to run James Cook. If you're desperate, you can run Gabe Davis, but Davis just had 0 catches. So he is absolutely horrible right now. So, but yeah, you're running everybody out there on Buffalo. Denver's side, Javonte Williams deserves a chance. I think if you have some wide receivers on bye weeks, Judy and Sutton can run out there and catch some balls for you.
Okay.
But nothing about Denver's inspiring. Russ Wilson, if you're in a 2 quarterback league, you're probably starting him.
For some reason, I just think Buffalo's defense is just going to, that they're at home, excited to be at home. It's going to be a little colder, I believe, in November in Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but Denver, let's be honest, Denver's a cold weather team.
Oh, I know. But I'm just saying, this when you watch Buffalo, you just expect to be 0 degrees. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, I agree with you. Denver is they're just a bad team. I mean, Peyton, we talked about last week, is the highest paid coach in any sport in the world. I guess I read that somewhere.
Crazy.
Even though Craig Counsell just had a huge deal with the Cubs, which is amazing to me, but we'll talk about that baseball season. Okay. Anything in college basketball? Just kidding. But it should be a good week fantasy. There's some bye weeks. You have to play some tricks on your roster. If you play in some leagues with defense, you may have to pick up a defense here and there, which I had 2 week. Casey, but I think Keaton Mitchell is the main guy you should do.
Yeah.
When it comes to the waiver wire, I'm not jumping up and down. I'm not like racing to my computer to pick him up. Again, got it tonight.
But I think there's the upside play there. I mean, he has the highest ceiling. He might have a really low floor, but he has the highest ceiling.
Is he available in our dynasty league?
I don't know.
It's so fun. Our league, like everybody possible is taken because it's a dynasty league and people just stack and save people. It's impossible.
Keaton Mitchell was already on somebody's roster.
Why would somebody draft Keaton Mitchell? God bless him. He saved me a waiver wire pick. Okay, well, that's the show this week. We'll study on Thursday at 4:30, and we'll fix our technical problems. I don't know what's gone with my Zoom, but it just goes out 5 minutes.
It's like you have a stutter. It's nice to listen to once in a while.
Whatever. I did stutter as a kid. Hey, I'm Ross the boss. That's Vlad Bone, Casey Seinfeld. We'll see you at 4:30 Eastern. Thanks for watching.